Got an audience this morning. Happy days. Oh, the clapper's out. Eh? Or was that the slapper? I'm not sure. Hey, you like that? 3, 4, live. All right. And we're live. All right. Everybody wants to be a director this morning. I'm doing well. Hi and welcome back to the channel. And finally, the 2022 Forest Rally is here, so let's get going. Okay, so if you've been watching the channel in the last couple of days, you would know that we have been prepping for the 2022 Forest Rally, and there's been a fair bit of behind the scenes stuff done. Finally, all the hard work has paid off and we're at the rally. So now it's Friday night and it's time to get stuck into the actual competition. This year the Forest Rally was a round of the Australian Rally Championship, something we haven't had for the last couple of years because of COVID. So we had the ARC cars and a whole swag of R5 and AP4 cars thrown into the mix with all of the state guys. Now some of our WA entrants decided to enter in ARC, which gave them a better road position and also allowed them to score a point in the Australian Championship. The spectacle of the Friday night Bunbury Super Special stage was a great event just to get a bit of a leg stretcher and really what we call a Mickey Mouse stage. Quoting rally stalwart Rob Herridge, you won't win on a Super Special stage, but you can certainly lose it. Our guys took it pretty easy, however, some were having dramas early. Craig Wimbridge and Kirsty Moore, unfortunately, they had dramas straight out of the box and their WRX started overheating on stage 1. Unfortunately, it was a case of deja vu, a bit similar to Bakers Hill, and they were out of the event early. They weren't the only ones though. Jack Flanagan, co-driven by Murray Hines, well, they were having problems in their WRX. The handbrake jammed on in the first stage, and if you look closely, you can see the brake rotors glowing bright red because they've been overheated. It cooked the rear brakes, and then they had dramas to sort out before they went on with the rest of the rally. It wasn't limited also to state championship competitors. Unfortunately, in the ARC, there was a bit of trouble as well. Friday night, we ran 5 of our cars and had no major dramas. Our 6th car, Glenn and Max in the XL, they opted not to compete on Friday night and started Saturday morning with a time penalty. After the stages were over on Friday night in Bunbury, all the cars were thrown on the trailer and it was a late night running the cars back to Nannup to be ready for Saturday morning. Continuing with Heat 1 on Saturday morning, and it dawned bright and clear. We got into it very early in the morning, setting up the service park and getting everything ready to go, and thankfully there was no rain on the horizon. Again, breakfast of champions, hence why we needed the barbecue, bacon and eggs for everybody all round to fire them up for the day, and we were off and racing. Hugh and Karen were the first out on the stages, and they were a bit apprehensive. Recce had been muddy and slippery, and it wasn't a bad idea to take it easy in the beginning.
It's a brake slippy left 3.
Here we're on board with Dale Faulkner and Rachel Ferranti in their WRX. This is what can happen when you charge very hard on very slippery roads. It's the stricken car that Hugh and Karen have just passed. Thankfully everybody was okay. The car probably needs more than a little bit of work. All the other 5 cars in our team started in order, and all were having the same issue: traction, the slippery conditions. There was definitely plenty of debate about it at the first service. Roads are all right?
Yes and no.
Yeah, everybody said the same thing.
Yeah, it was even the sloppy bit was fun.
Damien and Gayton were at the head of our trio of clubman cars, and they were having a ball. The Lancer's gearbox, not so much. There was a gear selection problem that had started Friday night, and it wasn't any better by the first service. The sunny day was helping to dry the roads out and the speeds were increasing, and also the competitors were wowing the spectators at one of the points. Here's what that corner looks like from inside the car. We're were on board with Steve and John in their WRX. John jumped in at the last minute due to some COVID woes with Steve's normal navigator. Considering neither of them had sat in a rally car together before, everything was gelling well, and they were having fun. Back with the clubman, and Glenn and son Max were having a ball in their XL. They were very quick on the early stages, however eased just slightly in the later stages to get used to the conditions. Still, there was only rudimentary checks on the car in service. Tiana and Graham were going well in the early stages too. As the rally progressed, a gremlin developed in the Impreza's gearbox, slowing them some time. Even with the sunny day and clear conditions, it was bound to be getting dark by the time the cars finished, so at the final service we put the lights on for the last two stages. Let's take a look at how everyone finished up. With stage 8 cancelled, 11 special stages decided the rally and just over 100 Ks competitive. With worsening gearbox problems, Tiana and Graham dropped more time and finished the clubman in 8th. Glenn and Max had a great day, finishing their first rally in WA in 7th place. Rounding out our clubman cars was Damien and Gayton. They'd suffered with gearbox problems all day and it was worsening with every kilometre. Almost by sheer willpower, they'd managed to wrestle the Lancer into 2nd place in the clubman. Well done, guys. Good drive. Right, onto our state cars and the end of Heat 1. Hugh and Karen had a trouble-free day and finished in 27th place. Todd and Jeremy had quietly gone about the business all day and brought the S15 home in 24th place. And that left Steve and John. They had a solid drive all day and finished in 21st place. And so ended Saturday, a great day of racing and all 6 cars home without a scratch. Got to be happy with that. Sunday morning again dawned to a beautiful clear sky. Whilst we got everything set up and got the bacon and eggs on the barbie, the coffees were being dispatched from Cafe de Nanup. 5 special stages and a little over 60 Ks competitive lay ahead today. We had time for a quick service in the morning after overnight Parc Fermé for our state cars, and then they were out onto the stages.
Bad dip, stay left. There's someone off. Slow down, stop.
The first stage of Sunday morning did not go as expected. This is something you never want to see on a stage. Good mates of ours, Craig and Scott Pusey, had had a serious accident in their Subaru Legacy. Hugh and Karen were the first car on the scene behind them and immediately stopped to render assistance. Thankfully, there was swift medical intervention and the injuries weren't life-threatening. However, it did require a visit to hospital. It was a testament to the safety and systems of rallying. If this had been a road accident, it would have been very different. On the very next stage and a little higher up the field, another drama was playing out. Max McRae and Matt Kierans were doing very well in both ARC and WA State Championship until this little incident. Luckily, there were many experienced competitors, officials and service crew at the spectator point and they were able to help get the car out. Unfortunately, however, they did lose 5 minutes. On a lighter note, with a more relaxed schedule on Sunday, there was time to make use of the playground adjacent to the service park. Or have a casual game of apple cricket. And whilst all that was going on, we were keeping one eye on the weather. Getting toward the end of the rally and there was just one short service before the power stage. It was really designed just to give the cars a quick clean over. However, it was going to be our busiest of the weekend. Steve and John had broken a front drive shaft and we had less than 10 minutes to change it. On top of that, the rain was coming in. We actually changed the drive shaft without too much drama. However, we discovered a stripped thread in the hub and it took us a little bit longer to get that sorted out.
Right. That's it. Got it. Push down on it. That's it. That's it. Swing it clear. Pull the shaft out. Righto. Shaft. Okay. Yep. Thank you.
Ted, we need to move to Ted. Ready?
Pliers. Pull the pin out. Pliers.
Oh, hitting that though.
Get in. Drop it down. Go.
Start the car.
Drop the car. You'll be right.
We got the guys out of service in the nick of time, and they were off to the last stage without a penalty. The weather by then, however, had well and truly come in, and we were all sheltering under the remaining service tent. The rain had also reached the forests, and by the final stage, which was supposed to be the power stage, well, this tells its own story.
Oh, bless. Oh, Toddy, go. Go, Toddy, go.
Despite the horrible conditions on the power stage, Todd and Jeremy would go on to be best placed in our team for the weekend with 21st. Hugh and Karen finished the weekend in 24th place. And Steve and John dropped a bit of time on the stage before service with a broken shaft and finished 27th. So that is the end of several weeks of preparation and some very, very busy days. It's been pretty exhausting. Thankfully, we got all the cars back to the workshop and everything came back in one piece. We've got them cleaned up and got all the filthy mud off them already, and we're starting to look forward to the next rally, which is a few weeks away. We've got a little bit of breathing space now, thankfully. I would like to thank everybody for the comments and feedback that we got over the weekend. It was great, much appreciated. We're also over 1,000 subscribers now, so thank you very much to everybody that subscribed. That is fantastic. Wow, we never thought we would see that. So hopefully you enjoyed the coverage of the 2022 Forest Rally, including behind the scenes. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, give us a thumbs up and subscribe, and we'll catch you again soon. Cheers.